Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. So, we all know that Android is 15 years old. And we are going to know the history of Android and its first smartphone and talk about its history and other topic that I covered. So, without further ado, let's get into the video now. The year was October 22, 2008. The founder of Android was named Rich Miner, Nick Sears, Chris White, and Andy Rubin. So together as a team they worked on a touchscreen phone for their first time ever by Google. And their first phone was called the HTC Dream or the T-Mobile G1. The T-Mobile G1 introduced new things to the table, such as having 3G voice over calling, having copy and paste technology, which was very interesting for a touchscreen phone for the first time. And it was much cheaper than the iPhone at the time, only starting its price at $179 if you got it from T-Mobile, or $271 for the unlocked international model for the HTC Dream. The HTC Dream had a physical scroll wheel home button and physical keyboard on the phone too, and it had so many hardware buttons such as exit button, multitasking button, and the menu button on top bottom, and it even slides like the T-Mobile Sidekick. The HTC Dream had a single core, one processor in its chip, and it was powered by the Qualcomm Adreno 130, and it was a 32-bit phone, and it only had 192 megabytes of RAM. The HTC Dream had a small battery capacity at the time. It only had 1150 mAh. And it did have a user-removable back-end battery, and it had a microSD card slot and a removable SIM card. And the screen had a 3.2 inches display, very tiny in today's standards. The screen is a TFT LCD screen, and the resolution of the screen is 320 by 480 pixels per inches. And display has 180 pixels per inch, and the phone screen modern days. The screen is very terrible looking, you can see pixels and whatnot. But it was very impressive for 2008 though at the time. Alright, let's now talk about its cameras. The HTC Dream has only one camera in the back, and its sensor was only 3.1 megapixels and about 2048 by 1536 pixels in its resolution on its camera. The phone had no video mode or no front camera for selfies. I mean, back in 2008 selfies never existed. In the camera app there was no software options for its cameras. There was nothing, you basically had to manually click the scroll wheel to take photos on the phone, and the camera animation was not smooth at all when opening to the app, and the phone had limited option on its camera, but at least it will do the job done. Back in 2008 this had really impressive cameras for the time. And even if the cameras nowadays have improved, it's crazy to believe people are taking smartphone cameras for granted because how far we gotten. Also, Everything Apple Pro made a video comparison showing the first Google Pixel phone, PS the T-Mobile G1 camera comparison. You can see the result and see which photo has been better over the years. If you still have the T-Mobile G1 still knocking around in your house drawer, there is one option for this phone is custom ROMs. Which I'm talking about is installing the newer version of Android on this phone. Sadly, none of the developers on the XDA made a new version of the Lineage OS build, which Android 13 is not possible to make one on this 15-year-old hardware, but there is one version of Android that can somewhat make the phone up to date, which is CyanogenMod, which is Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. Even though Android 4.1 Jelly Bean is unstable and can't be used as your daily driver because of the bugs it's still going through. Even though Android 4.1 Jelly Bean is super old and obsolete, there is nothing you can do about it, because you are limited to apps option you have on Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. So, there is to it with HTC Dream. So, in conclusion, is it worth buying the HTC Dream in 2023? The answer is no, because the phone is obsolete. There is no updated version of Android such as Android 13, because the 15-year-old hardware can't hold it. And if you're planning to buy the phone, which I don't recommend buying it, but if you're going to get one, there are so many options you can find on eBay with a cheaper price in good condition, and starting price at 68 euros in that price. So, there is to the phone. The option is yours. So, did you ever own the HTC Dream or the T-Mobile G1? Did you really like the phone and enjoyed it? Please share your thoughts in the comments down below. That's all it for me today in this video. Make sure you like and subscribe for more documentary videos just like this one. Okay, I'll see you around in the next video.